Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I think we probably should go live now. Hi, Jen. How are you? Dan, Sharif, Helen, people logging on from all over the way. Hi, Kay, Ben, Katie, Manish. Okay. We'll give a few more minutes for the stragglers. And so some of you have started posting on the photo wall. Thank you for that. And hello, Donna. How are you? And you're on mute, Donna. You need to find your voice.
I'm good.
All those years in the desert, you finally found your voice. I don't want you to lose it.
Thank you, my dear. Hello, humans. Look at them all.
Yes. I was thinking, like, somebody would accuse us of not selecting our scholars, but ordering them from central casting, all smart and good looking.
Okay, you guys, I'm just going to apologize for Vivek. He has lived in Hollywood for way too long.
You should say that, Donna, you who live in the shadows of the Hollywood sign.
Okay, are we going to start this, Vivek? Because I don't.
No, let's hold on. They don't know us yet. They don't know us yet. Were you not born there in the shadow of the Hollywood sign?
No, I was born in worse, much worse. I was born behind the orange curtain.
Oh my, that's Orange County.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my, poor you.
No offense if anybody lives there now, but.
No, we have a couple of UCI people. I see them, but I don't think they are there only because of situational circumstances. If UC Irvine was in San Diego, they would be there.
UCI is a good school.
Okay, we should. I think we have quorum. I'm used to calling it a quorum now. Okay, let's see. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. I should say good afternoon, good evening, and to Yale, good night. I'm Vivek Shetty. I'm on behalf of the organizing committee and the faculty, I want to welcome you to the 2021 mHealth Institute. Let me do this. I need to acknowledge our sponsors. And okay, so this training institute is actually funded by the National Institutes of Health, specifically OPSSR and NIDA, and it is supported logistically by the NIH-funded MD2K Center in Memphis. We are very excited to have you as our 2021 cohort. Your applications, the personal insights that you provided were so compelling, and we really want to get to know you better. I also want to thank you for your patience and understanding as we make a hard pivot from what used to be a highly successful in-person training institute to a virtual one. So these are all images of our faculty from pre-COVID times. I don't want you to blanch when you see them now. But at the very onset, I want to acknowledge that this institute would not be possible without the collective altruism of its amazing faculty. Faculty who are leading edge researchers in mHealth and who each year after year, generously make time to participate and contribute despite the extreme competing demands on their time. I would say that their altruism is motivated in part by the recognition that their own careers have derived from the support of their mentors, and they simply want to pay it forward. Equally important, I think, like me, they get immense personal satisfaction working with such a group of high achieving and passionate academics like you. We want to be part of your ascendant career narratives. And as we academics do so well, claim credit for your successes as you go out and become very successful. Now, there is a lot of wisdom in this group of faculty, so please use every opportunity to engage with them, either directly through the webinars or sandboxes or through the consult booths. We are very privileged actually to have 5 senior NIH program officers involved with this institute. I have personally derived from their wisdom and guidance at different phases of my own career. And I hope you will avail of their generous availability to find out more about NIH funding opportunities and career narratives. I would also want to acknowledge the VFAIRS team led by Shahzeb Shayar and the MD2K team of Lindsay and Joe Biggers, who have been providing logistical support. Want to give a special shout out to Joe Biggers, who's done an incredible job leading this hard pivot to a virtual platform. So, as the COVID-19 pandemic has very clearly demonstrated, the health challenges of our times are too complex to be addressed by any one group on their own. Humanity cannot be served adequately by conventional monodisciplinary approaches alone. We urgently need imaginative and courageous scientists like you who are capable of thinking across traditional disciplinary boundaries to take on the most complex problems of our times. So what is the goal of this institute? Our goal is essentially to help develop T-shaped mHealth researchers. Your graduate training has provided you deep expertise in your specialty. Through the mHTI, we will help you develop a sufficient understanding of a broad range of mHealth related themes that will allow you to see contextual linkages and constructively participate in the teams projects that are coming up. What we will do is we will upskill you with the latest mHealth methodologies. We will help you hone your team science abilities. And most importantly, we will help you develop useful connections, not only just with faculty, but with your colleagues, your new friends to be. And by doing so, you become part of this very growing network of a dense network of mHealth researchers around the country and now the world. The core of the mHealth Institute is the multidisciplinary team. There will be 5 teams. Each team will have 7 members, and they will be mentored by 2, if not 3 senior faculty. Each team has been carefully constructed out of academic unicorns with overlapping skill sets and deep expertise in one area, be it machine learning, statistics, engineering, medicine, or psychology. This skill overlap, along with that common didactic core that you'll be exposed to, will allow you to speak the same language and work collaboratively on solving problems. Thanks to the internet, geography is no longer destiny. You will learn to tackle health problems by collaborating effectively online, across disciplines, across cultures, and across time zones. Importantly, you now become part of a much larger community of 150 scholars who have graduated from previous institutes. Each team will derive from a common didactic core conveyed through webinars. You will work in sandboxes on a common team project that you will identify and elaborate, and eventually present it as a capstone project at the end of the institute. So let me kind of provide you a roadmap of the institute per se, and also set the expectations of these scholars. The actual institute will begin next week with a core set of webinars. These take place on Mondays and Wednesdays. In these webinars, 45 minutes each, you will be coached by selected thought leaders on methodologies and strategies very central to mHealth. These will range from health behaviors to measuring health behaviors to experimental approach and mHealth tools and protocol design and so on. Once you finish the didactic core, you will begin with the sandboxes. The sandboxes are actually where the teams come together. You will be guided by experienced mentors. And in this sandbox, you'll start identifying a health theme of common interest and developing a solution to this healthcare problem of common interest. In that, you'll be guided by these experienced mentors, and also would have access through domain experts who will be available through the consult booths, where teams can sign on and set up office hours to speak to them and get their insight. The actual institute takes place from July 26th to the 30th, and there will be 2 sessions, an early morning session and an afternoon session. Each session is essentially a sandbox. The sessions begin with a common panel or ask the experts, where you will have a chance to pick the brains of different leading mHealth researchers who will come and talk to you about practical approaches or solutions or challenges that they've faced, and give very practical insights. Once that half-an-hour panel is done, you would then go back to your sandbox, where you would continue working with your team with the guidance of your mentors. On the first day, the Monday, there will be a brief report back at the end of the first session, just to give us a sense of, these report backs are about 5 minutes each. Each team will give a quick summary of where they are and what health problem they've chosen, kind of to give us a flavor of what they are developing. Through the institute, you will have access to the domain experts through the consult booths. Friday the 30th is the last day. The day will begin with capstone presentations, and after they are done, there will be another session that will focus on the soft skills, and these will include how to talk, have interdisciplinary conversations, how to survive and advance in academia, and also a very useful talk by the NIH program officers on funding opportunities, or how to optimize your chances to get funding for your capstone project and or your own projects. And finally, we will have a graduation ceremony where you will get your e-certificates. About a month after that, each team will also submit a capstone proposal, and this capstone proposal of 3 pages will be reviewed by NIH program officers and independent researchers, reviewers. Many of them have gone on to independent NIH funded proposals. So keep that in mind as you develop the theme and sophistication of your projects. The capstone project actually summarizes the work of each of these teams. The presentation takes place on Friday. There will be 10 slides. Each team will have about 10 minutes exactly, plus 5 minutes to answer questions from the other reviewers and other scholars, other scholar teams. Each team member is expected to present a slide. I'm a big fan of creativity, and as Donna said, live in the shadows of Hollywood. So I like creativity. We look forward, in previous sessions, people have worn costumes. They made it a very fun experience with role playing and all. And I hope each of you teams, even though we are doing it virtually, will come up with, will balance your science with creativity and fun. So your presentation should include, of course, the healthcare problem you're addressing, the population of interest, what is the value add of your approach, your mHealth solution with the aims and hypothesis, a brief study design, evaluation plan, and all this eventually would be summarized a month thereafter by your capstone proposal of 3 pages. This is funded by the NIH, and so they are interested in knowing how we actually move the needle in terms of developing mHealth researchers. Given your background and your achievements, this is a high bar because we quickly will hit the ceiling effect. But nonetheless, we have an independent assessment done by Professor Jong at the School of Education at UCLA, along with our grad students. And they will be conducting surveys at different time points. And all of these surveys are linked to a logic model. All of your surveys will be anonymous. We will know that you are participating, but we won't know the content of your feedback. Because this is a very small cohort of only 35 scholars, it's essential that all of you participate in all these surveys. It just takes a few minutes. Honor the efforts that have gone into this institute by participating fully in the surveys. Before we get into the scholar introductions, let me ask you if there are any questions that I or the other faculty can answer. Do any of you have any questions? If not, let me then hand